Should we investigate? Should you shut the fuck up before you get us both killed?
It's kind of farcically funny, but there's also quite a tragic undertow to it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking what happens to some of the characters in the film. So you're on this roller coaster the whole way through. And as a viewer, you don't know who to trust all the way through it.
Well, he's just very successful in making tone help you as an audience member on a pretty terrifying journey where you're like, oh gosh, and now I can't believe I was laughing at that. And that is something that, you know, is so valuable at a time politically when we often find ourselves in that position where, as sort of a member of the public, you're like, I really need to pay more attention to that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what is going on.
I'm the peacemaker, and I'll fuck up anyone who gets in my way.
Come on! Play better, you flattering fannies! Get it! Give it! Hit it!
Shoot her before him, but make sure he sees it. Kill him, dump him in the pulpit, and I'll leave the rest up to you.
We have to act.
I really need your help.
I'm going to have to report this conversation. Threatening to do harm or obstruct any member of the Presidium in the process of looking at your fucking face.
It's such a mishmash of not only Americans and British, but then if you divide the Brits up into theatre actors or comedy actors, and within the comedy section, it's almost tribal, I find, sometimes working for comedy directors. There's different people who have different ways of getting laughs and what works for them. And to throw all of those people into one ensemble was such an achievement and added to the chaos and the freshness of it for me, yeah.
Seeing someone like Simon Russell Beale, who is, you know, majoritively has a kind of Mark Rylance-y type of history in the sense that he's an extremely accomplished theatre actor, seeing him really kind of tie this cast together was very exciting. As a director, I think that's very, very exciting.
And we should mention, of course, that Sarah Crowe, the casting director, won a BIFA in their first craft category for casting directors, so
deservedly
so deservedly. And I didn't see that coming because I assumed she would be overlooked because it was a comedy. And I'm so delighted with the way they voted on that.
Yeah, as a director, and I'm sure Chloe is as an actor as well. Like, it really is the ultimate team effort. Being an actor, it is the best actors are the really selfless ones and the ones who give room to other people. And comedy is a genre in particular where that's really demanded.
Yeah. And it is such a triumph that an ensemble has done so well. And I don't know what the figures are, but I went on a Monday night and the cinema was packed with people rolling in the aisles, literally. And that's great that there's no one bankable name, or even that's not enough at the moment to get a film made. You need three. And of course there are well-known actors that we all know in that film and that audiences will recognise. But it's a triumph that people came out to see it.
Stalin's dead.
He's dead.
Stalin is dead!
Oh my God.
Our general secretary is lying in a puddle of indignity.
Yeah, he's feeling unwell, clearly.
I want to make a speech at my father's funeral.
No problem.
Technically, yes, but practically.
When I said no problem, what I meant was no problem.
It just feels like I've always felt with watching his stuff from the thick of it as well, but it's like he's said yes, he's let his actors be like free and harness that, and they've all said yes to each other. So it's like kind of like watching, it's not improv, but watch it, you know, when people go yes and they're not, there's no like scene stealing going on, there's not, you know, and the director is also not encouraging, you know, that kind of creates that holistic sense of like, this is just really exciting work and you just don't know what any of them are about to do because they're all just like, you know, responding to each other, listening to each other, and they're not competing, and that is so joyous to watch as an audience member because you stop worrying about, like, I don't know, one person,
a hierarchy,
a hierarchy developing, and that's what I thought was just so strong about it.
And one of the talking points about the film actually has been the kind of deliberate anachronistic decision to have all the actors kind of perform in their natural accents or in this kind of very interesting international hodgepodge of accents that makes the film at once a period piece and a kind of placeless burlesque. Did that decision work for all of you?
For me, definitely. It's a real risk and it's totally brave. and it works. And I hope more filmmakers are brave enough to, whatever their field is and whatever their tone is, but to make equally risky decisions casting. That's where it gets exciting, instead of, you know, somebody who's got a track record or, you know, a tried and tested formula. I hope it inspires other filmmakers to be really brave in their choices. Yeah.
No matter what happens, I will never let any harm come to you.
I may as well just shoot myself like Mother.
Jesus Christ. Did Coco Chanel take a shit on your head?
No, you did not.
Stalin will be loving this.
I'll take it from here.
Good luck, ladies.
You know, all of you can kiss my Russian ass.
Don't worry, nobody's gonna get killed, I promise you.